Hi bestie, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be teaching you how to draft your bustier princess darts mid armhole. So today I'll be teaching you how to draft it. So we are going to be drafting it in the simplest and the fastest method. So this is my basic pattern, um and this is my bust dart, and also this the basic pattern. This is my bust dart and my waist dart line. So the first thing I need to do is to get your measurements by measuring your underbust measurement and also knowing the neckline. First thing, you have to remember where the neckline has to be. So I missed a clip, so let me just go straight. So this is my um underbust point and this is my bust point. So the underbust point is 14 in this case, and I indicated there. Now my neckline I want is this particular neckline, and this is where it's going to be starting from. So that is why I indicated. So I measured my 14 inches from that point, and that is how you are going to do yours. So after doing that, after getting your underbust point, the next thing for you is to put your measurement. Please know that contouring is optional, but in this particular tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to contour it, as in case you want to add your wording to it. So let's go straight into it. So the first thing here is that I'm going to be measuring on my underbust line on that part, which is the side front. I'm going to measure 0.75. That's 3/4 of an inch. As you can see, that is what you are going to measure on that part. Then on the center front, and that's side front. On the center front, I'm going to be measuring half inches, and that is what I'm doing. That so I'm indicated it. Half inches is what I use for the center front, and I use 3/4 of an inch for the side front. Then for my bust point, I'm going to come down one quarter. See what I'm saying? One quarter. That is when I'm going to come down from that point, and then I'm going to start contouring, connecting all lines together. So at this point, you can actually use your curve to do that. So that you, in case you want to use your curve, you just have to place it this way and connect lines, and also curve the ruler to connect this other part. But I don't like using curve, so I'm just going to use my hands to connect my lines. Why? Because I think it just make it easy for me to understand what I'm doing, and I actually learned without the curve. So curve is good, but I just like working with my hands here. So feel free to use anyone that is okay by you, whether curve or ruler or your hand, sorry to say. So the next thing I need to do is also close my darts. So for me to close my dart, I have to indicate the mid arm hole. So for me to get the mid arm hole, I have to divide my arm hole into two, and that's that point. So I'm just going to use my straight ruler and draw a straight line from the mid arm hole straight to my bust point, like the way you see it right now. Then I'm going to use my curve. On this point, I can use my curve. And if I don't want to use my curve, I will just come on 3/8. But please just use your curve to make it faster. Like we said, is the fastest method I'm teaching. So I'm just going to use my curve to connect it like so. Please watch the way I place this. Please watch the way I put this curve. So I'm just going to connect the curve that way. Now I'm not working with a straight line. I'm going to be working with the curved line. So after doing that, I will go back to my neckline. So I'm working with a high neckline. So I came down half inches at the center front, and at the shoulder, I came in 2 inches. So I'm just going to connect it this way. Then after doing that, I'm just going to cross check if the neck, and this case, this neck is a bit up on the neckline. So I just want to blend it straight up to the shoulder. That tiny 1 inches can cause an issue for me. So after doing that, I'm going to be transferring this particular dart to my armhole. Yes, that is when it called dart transfer. So I'm going to be doing that. Please don't forget my contouring. I use 0.5, and at the center front I use 0.5 at the center front, and at the side I use 0.75. Now I'm going to be transferring the dart So before I'm going to transfer the dart, I'm going to teach you what I do at the back to do an overshaping at the back. So for doing overshaping at the back, I'm going to, at my back line, at my waistline at the back, I'm going to come in 3/4 of an inch. Yes, so 3/4 of an inch, and at the shoulder, I'm just going to go half inches because our back is not actually straight. So I'm just going to go half inches at that point. And after doing that, I'm going to now add my sewing, my zip allowance, following that curve the way it is. That is how I'm going to follow the curve. So next thing I need to do is to now transfer the dart and close unnecessary parts. So I've gone ahead to transfer the dart and gone ahead to also cut the fabric I'm using. So in this case, I the main thing you should understand is that you should always notch when working with a mid armhole. By notching, it makes it easy for you to sew because the whole idea is that it's going to be a bit curvy. So remember to always put the side front at the up when you're sewing. And you had your wording also if you desire, but I always advise you use wording or use your stay to cut it. I hope this class is very, very useful to you, and I hope you learned a fastest way to do it. If you like, please don't forget to like and comment on this particular post. This encourages me to do more videos like this to teach more. I like I really appreciate that you've watched up to now. Till we see again, please don't forget the two most important thing. This particular wording is not a hard wording. It's in between the hard and the soft. And don't forget to notch and don't forget to use the thank you for watching. Till I see you in my next class. It's still your girl Oniglo.